let's move on to the Conor McGregor situation, because I got to. I'm not gonna air the guy's name, but you know who I'm talking about. He was there.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not gonna say in the middle of it, but he was there when you sparred McGregor.
I can take out of egging on the McGregor fans, because really, I mean, if you believe 6 seconds of video, then you have to want to believe that.
Yeah.
You have to want to see the rest of the video. You know, like you have to also think about, wow, it's only 6 seconds. Like I get a kick out of irking him. Like, the guy's a bum. The guy can't fight for shit. Look at him. They've had to find him a half-dead guy in MMA. This guy gets his ass kicked by everybody. Sam, come on. You know I'm not kidding. Come on. Yo, I'm not even trying to abuse him. I'm playing dead serious. Like, this guy gets his ass kicked by everybody he fights. Abuses the shit out of him. They had to go find him a half-dead guy. The poor guy was just was already 1 foot out of the MMA world. You know, and don't get me wrong, what was his name? Cerrone. You know, he gave some good battles in his day, but he had 1 foot out the door already. You know what I mean? You know, like when you're old, you have 1 foot in the grave and 1 foot you're still alive. Like, Cerrone's MMA career was basically 1 foot in the grave already. Like, let's just figure out a way to get a win. Then what is it with this guy? Anything he does, the shoulder thing he did in the fight, like, oh my God, what do you mean that was? Miguel Cotto was doing that to me in 2006, that shoulder shit. Boxers do that all the time.
When you was at there, because I was there when you was.
The guy's a flat bum, and people are like, oh, you're embarrassed that he knocked you down. He didn't knock shit down. Look at the video. He didn't knock shit down. Number two, he didn't embarrass me. You should be embarrassed for thinking that anything else happened besides him getting his ass kicked, because he promised you the video. He didn't promise me the video. I saw it myself. I beat his ass. He promised you the video. So if you didn't get the video, you know, you kind of got to figure you got played. But he was smart. I will say this: he was smart in being able to sell the fight.
Again, a market is good marketer.
100%, he was smart. But then he was also smart enough to kind of downplay it after that and never show the full video. He was smart enough to do that, because think about it: if you want to sell the fight, you show this little clip and spin it in a way where you can try to make it look like a half a knockdown.
No, we've got these idiots here that saying on the comments, Conor knocked you out. Listen, let me respond to that. I spoke here to I'm not going to say who he was because he's a known name in boxing, but he was there. He didn't knock him over. Paulie, you arrived there. You was out of shape. You arrived there, and you were just playing.
That's why I love getting under these guys' skin, because they know, you know what it is? They wish so badly that they could see the full video and they could be right. But so you're gonna be wrong when you get the full video. So they want so badly. So all they have is 6 seconds. So they want to tell me like, oh, those 6 seconds, he fucked you up. Bro, it's 6 seconds. I beat the shit out of your mans. He's a bum. They still have to get half dead guys for this guy to win a fight. Can you imagine the promotion they're giving now? And what about him? They had to find a half-dead guy just to put him back in the conversation with Khabib. This is classic combat sports promoting, Sam. You know this better than anybody else. So you have a guy who sells a lot. He's got a fan base of retards. If you're a Conor McGregor fan at this point, knowing what a bum he is, you're borderline retarded probably. But nonetheless, you figure you get him a win against a guy he can't lose to. Like, get him a dead guy, and then we'll market it like it's the biggest win ever. You know, so that's what they did. They got him at half that guy, and they marketed like. And once we market it like it's the biggest thing ever, now we got a guy who sells now, and he's got the momentum back. Regardless that he beat the guy who sells you the beer at the corner store, it doesn't matter. He got to win nonetheless. So once you get a marketing, now you start naming him with big names like Khabib, like Masvidal, and all these other guys. So all of a sudden, you know, you get things cooking again, and that's promotion. That's promotion 101. That's promoting 101. You're playing the fans for suckers, but Conor himself, of course, that guy's in denial. He lives in denial. You know, he thinks it's all about believing in himself. No, but you're a bum. You're a bum. You played everybody. You're a bum. Khabib sunned you. We watched it. You couldn't edit that video. You got sunned. And he talks about Khabib like as if he didn't get sunned. That's the best part. Like, he talks about Khabib like Khabib didn't sun him in front of the whole world.
If I could watch, right, Jerry, because Paulie, I wanted you to retire, yeah. This is my personal, but I wanted you to retire before the Eggington fight, yeah, because no disrespect to Sam Eggington, that fight 6 years ago, you would have
I'll be honest, you know, at a certain point, the passion for the sport kind of had left me. You know, like when you have a passion for something, it burns in you. You don't mind training. You don't mind making weight. You don't mind like even getting in there and suffering every single day to get in shape and doing the best you can be. But probably the last couple of years of my career, I probably lost that passion. So it just felt like a job. But nonetheless, credit to Sam for coming in there and doing the job. I don't knock it, you know?
No, of course, I know you wouldn't do that because you're a top sport. If there was one fight, though, in the world I wanted to see, even now, I would say, Paulie, take the fight, is Conor McGregor.
He's not going to do it, Sam, again. That's what everybody understands. You see what he's doing. You know what the best part is? MMA fans tried to say, like, oh, he's got bigger fish to fry. What did he do? He just fought the fucking guy from the corner store. What do you mean he got bigger fish to fry? You're going to tell me if that fight against that guy would have paid him more money than what he made against me? Then, of course, Conor has to lie. He made $80 million. Buddy, you're lucky if you made $8 million that fight.
It would be the best build-up.
Every time he fights.
It would be, because, you know, when Floyd, I was lucky enough to be around the Floyd build-up. So obviously, I got Savannah on the undercard of the show. But the promotion with him was kind of pantomime. It was kind of pantomime, but it was funny. It was pantomime, but it was sold well. It was great. You against Conor would be real. It would be real.
It would be real because I generally dislike him. Like, I can never get tired of beating a guy like that up. Like, if you tell me, you know what, we're gonna box every day with Conor McGregor. Like, that's actually like nice for me. Like, beating the fuck. You never get tired of beating the fuck out of a guy like that. It's like pleasure. It's like I don't know. It's like a pleasurable thing to do. If you could just beat the fuck out of a guy like that on a regular basis, like, you're in a better mood. Honestly, you're in a better like if you let me beat the fuck out of that guy every day, like, I'm in a better mood, to be honest. Like, he's that on like. So for me, in a promotion like that, of course, like, first of all, I would abuse him. I abuse him in the sparring. That's another reason you're not going to see the fight. I abused the shit out of him. We were trash talking while we were sparring. I abused the fuck out of him. Dana White was watching. I was abusing Dana. There's so many reasons that you never saw that video. It's an abuse case. The entire sparring is an abuse case.
We need to pull that out. Paulie, let's go into the subject.
Honestly, I don't blame him. I can't blame him. The truth be told, I don't blame him. I don't blame him because he's got everybody fooled with 6 seconds. I don't blame him. But like I said, that's why I love to you know, push the envelope, because really, what is he gonna do? Show the video? No, you know, because the video's no good for him. So what is he gonna do? What is he gonna fight me? No, because if he fights me, he knows he's gets his ass kicked. So what is he gonna do? He's not gonna do anything about it. So I'm gonna keep calling his bluff. I'm gonna keep pulling his card. I
still think the fight could happen, because if it ain't, we know it's combat sport, right? If it makes money, it makes sense.
I'll tell you one thing. I'll tell you one thing. I know what he's trying to do. He's trying to smoke me out because he's almost 8 years younger than me. So I'll tell you what he's trying to do. He's trying to smoke me out. I already told myself, no matter what kind of fight it is, once I hit 40 years old, I'm not fighting anymore. I don't care what the offer is. I don't care what anything is. Once I hit 40 years old, I'm moving on. I'm 39. I'll be 40 at the end of this year. So regardless, you're not going to buy me into that fight, okay? The money's nice, yes, of course. But if I pass 40 years old, you cannot buy me into that fight anymore. You know what I mean?
You've made money in the career, and you don't.
I'm not broke for money. Of course, the money for Conor McGregor would be nice. And you know what? I'm so confident I'd win that I told him I'd do a winner-takes-all fight. I would have done a winner-takes-all fight where the loser goes home with no money. I would have done that. That's how confident I was to beat him. And to me, that would be fair, honestly. In
a stand-up.
He gives the illusion that he's confident that he beat me up. He's definitely not confident that he beat me up, but he gives the illusion. So now I like to call his bluff and offer him the winner-takes-all fight. It's more money than the Cerrone fight, right? Unless you think he would fight for free, which he knows he would fight for free if he fought. If we fought the winner-takes-all, he knows he'd be fighting for free. So therefore, he'd rather fight Donald Cerrone. You know what I'm saying? Who nobody cared about. But nonetheless, regardless of what the offer is, once I hit 40 years old, I don't need that anymore. I told myself I'm not fighting past 40 years old. I feel older. I feel like I'm settling into retirement more and more, even mentally, even from a mental standpoint. I'm a bit different. I'm a bit more laid back, you know. So once I hit 40 years old, that fight's not gonna happen anyway. No matter what you offer me, I'm moving on with my career. You know what I'm saying? Not that I wasn't moved on already, because, you know, Sam, I retired in 2017. But I'll always keep my ears open until I'm 40. You know what I'm saying? But once I hit 40, I don't want to hear about any fights. I don't care what the offer is or anything, because it's just not worth it to me to keep fighting after 40 years old, to keep training, go to a training camp. Because honestly, the McGregor fight, the training camp would be harder than the fight. I'm not joking. Like, the training camp would be the difficult part.
Just making weight.
Making weight would be difficult. Sparring day in, day out would be difficult. Like, because I'd actually spar guys that know how to fight, not like Conor had in camp. Conor had me in camp, and then he had he had Deshaun Johnson, who was a solid boxing journeyman. And then he literally had, like, nobody worth anything. You know what I'm saying? That was gonna actually make him any better. You know what I'm saying? Like, Artem hung in there tough. He had some amateur kid who was who I think was giving him blowjobs on the side because he was up his ass every second. He wasn't actually doing any boxing. Then they'd be boxing and they were playing patty cake. They weren't even really boxing. They were like, he'd be boxing and playing patty cake. So he had that kid in sparring. He had that amateur kid I'm telling you about. Then he had some other MMA guy who couldn't fight worth shit. Like the training camp was a zoo. So for me, if I'm training for a fight, I have a legitimate training camp. So
it's a good institute. You know where you sparred. It's a good facility, isn't it? Very good facility.
Oh, the UFC Performance Institute. Yes, it is. Yeah. But what I'm saying, my training camp would consist of hard sparring, hard things. So like, I don't want to go through that. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I will go through it now. But at 40 years old, I'm done trying to even think about that. Regardless,
you've had enough of it.
I'm not hungry for the money. Money's always nice. There's no such thing as extra money. But I also have enough money to say once I'm 40 years old, I don't need to take that kind of fight, no matter what you offer me. I'm good with money regardless. Even with the pandemic, I'm good, to be honest. And I'm one of the fortunate ones. Even with the pandemic, I'm good.
Yeah, yeah.